guys, it's the Loud Guys. Today we are going to watch Prediction Fails 2024, and these are the election predictions fails. So even in India, like whenever the big election is happening, so a lot of predictions go in and people say a lot of things, and also they bet on a lot of things, but then we see when their prediction fails, they are left embarrassed. So we are going to see that first-hand embarrassment. So let's watch this
video.
It's okay. You can call her a Madam Vice President. You'll call her Madam President soon. You're just like deliberately being disrespectful.
I've done my research and I know he's not gonna win in 2024.
Your research is wrong.
He's a racist.
Oh.
And might I add, grab her by the pussy? Sounds pretty misogynistic to me. Gen X?
Looks like a serial killer.
Checkmate, I'd like to say.
He.
You hold nothing over me. Nothing. You're all so weak and pathetic. Gen X, millennials, baby boomers even.
Now I don't know.
I've done my research. Tons of research on Trump, actually. I knew about him before he was even big in 2013. Right before he entered the election, might I add. He was a nobody to you guys, and now you worship him like a god. You guys are so crybabies.
I'm not a Trump fan. I want to win, and if we nominate Trump, we're going to lose. He hasn't won anything since 2016. We lost the House in 18. We lost the presidency in 20. We've lost the Senate. We would have won the Senate this time in 22 had it not been for Trump and his nominees in some of our key primary elections. And my guess is we probably would have picked up 10 to 15 seats in the House if it weren't for, his involvement.
All right, guys. I was going to wait a little bit, but it's Monday, and here in Los Angeles, it's just a little after 5 p.m.
one-sided win.
I didn't think I was going to change my map, but I did, and it benefits
Democrats and
Kamala
Republicans.
Harris and Walz. They're going to win big. Here, take a look. I'm not backing down from this at all. I wrestled for days over this, but I turned Texas blue. The comments on my past videos,
turned Texas blue.
TV and whatever, the comments, hundreds and thousands of comments, and people in San Antonio and Houston and Dallas. I turned it blue, and I have her at 396 electoral votes. I'll probably do an update tomorrow, but that's it.
Actually, I want to shout this guy out because I did see a follow-up video that he'd done the next day, and he just straight up was like, yeah, I was wrong. And then he basically said, it doesn't matter, and can we all now come together? So this guy got no issue with him, all right? He made a wrong prediction. It is what it is. He wasn't arrogant.
It was
he didn't
a
try to make
simple wrong
excuses
prediction. He was
like
not
Dr.
boasting
Arlene
about
did.
it.
So as far as I'm concerned, he's all good.
Am I going to worry about it? First of all, I'm not going to worry about it, Phil, because he's not going to win.
Oh.
So you think he's just worn it out? You think people are just going to get fatigued?
Enough. I feel
category fatigue.
I mean, it's just going to be, we're talking about a few 100,000 people perhaps, but I think it's going to be a little closer than that. First of all, she's definitely going to win the popular vote, as Democrats almost always do now. But I think she will win. I think he will, of course, go batshit insane as he always does. He won't accept it. His followers, I think, I don't think their heart will really be in it, as it was in 2020. Some of them, there's lots of people who will always be in the bunker with Mrs. Goebbels taking the poison and giving the poison to the children because it's better than living in a world without National Socialism. I make an analogy, but I don't say he's a Nazi. But I think for most people, it's just fatigue. Yes, I think it's time.
The gap between when we repeat the mistake gets shorter and shorter. I mean, Trump was only president 4 years ago. And they seem to have completely have amnesia about what that was like.
Give us a few weeks. You never know. We still don't know if we're going to repeat that mistake.
Oh, we're not. I already put my marker down.
Okay, good.
Yeah, no.
Then it's a counterexample.
No, I'm not even worried about it.
Okay.
You're not even worried about it?
No, not at all.
Really?
He will lose money.
No. He's definitely going to lose. You just feel it. You just feel it.
So wrong.
I said it weeks ago. And now the polls
I want to see it after.
will be even on election day. I promise you. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. I don't think about it. Just don't brag about it.
What do you think about it?
And then even if he does win, well, you wouldn't have gone through all that stress.
It's a better way.
Oh boy, I'm not ready for the world. I just came back from the grocery store and I saw a white woman with a Trump bumper sticker on her car, and I told her exactly what I thought of her. I called her a dumb B word. I don't even like that word, but so maybe I should stay home a little while.
And why is she saying white woman? She's also a white woman.
Yeah.
Hope you guys are doing okay.
Trump is the nominee. Mark my words, we will see a President Kamala Harris.
Governor,
Well, first of all, I don't think Donald Trump's going to win the nomination. I think I'm going to win the nomination. And secondly, I think that we have to focus on the fact that anybody is better than a President Kamala Harris. I mean, you look at the socialism creep that Biden and Harris have gotten us into, whether it's the CHIPS Act, whether it's the Inflation Reduction Act, whether you see all of these subsidies, that there's green subsidies that they're doing. They're the ones that have left us into a situation where I don't think our kids are going to forgive us for it. And so any person on that stage is better than Kamala Harris, and I'm going to say that all day long, but I think the American people are smart. I don't think Donald Trump's going to be the winner of the primary. I think I'm going to be the winner of the primary, and I think that's why we need a new generational conservative leader, because we've got to leave the past and the negativity behind us, and we've got to start focusing on the real problems at hand and start getting things done.
To a new level. He's also brought blatant racism to a new level, you know.
Why is this camera like this?
As Greek as Giannis Antetokounmpo, the black Milwaukee Bucks basketball star who was born in Athens of African parents, is a Greek citizen and was the Greek flag bearer at the Paris Olympics. But because he's black, he couldn't
different color than his face.
Really Greek.
No.
Remember, and the keys, because the keys depend upon a rational, pragmatic electorate deciding based on governance whether the incumbent party should get 4 more years. And we've seen the explosion of some trends that have existed before, but not to this extent. Disinformation. You know, Elon Musk is, I don't know how many hundreds of billions he has been the director of misinformation. 2 billion views of his spreading of disinformation, not just about the economy, but about immigrants, about minorities. We've never seen disinformation at this scale. Next, we have never seen to this scale the agitation of 3 trends that have been very deeply embedded in American history: misogyny, racism, and xenophobia. You know, the first anti-immigrant law was 1798, and Donald Trump wants to revive it.
Yeah, this is the guy who's predicted, I think it's like 80% of the last elections correctly, and he uses the different keys as part of his prediction. And now he's saying that the keys were wrong. I don't think the keys were wrong. I think he's biased and he interpreted them wrong. And the fact that he's calling Elon Musk the director of misinformation just proves that this guy's biased.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Director of misinformation. X is the only place where you can get the actual truth. And everybody knows this now.
Donald Trump will not become president.
You are wrong.
He's not going to be president. He is not. Donald Trump is not going to be president of the United States.
Well, she's the same
Take
woman,
it to
no?
the bank. I guarantee it. All right.
There's not going to be a President Donald Trump. That's not going to happen.
So many people
I think that man will be president of the United States.
Even my Forrest Gump.
Spaceships come down filled with dinosaurs and red capes.
I'm at that Tom.
Take it from me. How about that?
Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
And we better be ready for the fact that he might be leading the Republican ticket next.
I know you don't believe that, but I want to go on to write it down.
Sorry, laugh.
Which Republican candidate has the best chance of winning the general election?
Of the declared ones, right now, Donald Trump.
She was right. They all were proven wrong.
Donald Trump, just last week, he confirmed to the National Review that he is again considering a run in 2016.
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it.
Donald Trump will never, ever be president
of the United States.
Donald Trump will never be elected president of the United States.
What I'm trying to tell all Republicans and anybody, independents as well, anybody that's voting in those primaries is, if you want a change in our country, which I think the entire country wants a change, we won't get a change if we don't win an election. Donald Trump will not win the general election. You can have him win any primary you want. He will not win a general election. We will have a female president of the United States. It will either be me or it will be Kamala Harris. But if Donald Trump is the nominee, you can mark my words, he will not win a general election. And what I say to everybody is, don't complain about what happens in a general election if you don't really think about that in this primary. We can do better. You look at, these are the two most disliked politicians in America. Look at the polls. Look at what they're saying. 60% of Americans are saying Donald Trump's too old and Joe Biden's too old to be president. You look at the military. They cap retirement at 65. You look at pilots. They cap retirement at 65. We've got a lot to fix in this country. We need someone who can work 8 years straight of hard work, day and night, fully disciplined, with no drama, no vendettas, just results for the American people. That's what's at stake here, and I'm going to continue to stay in and tell people this as long as I possibly can.
So the trials have nothing to do with your decision, and I would also note that I believe early on in the primary process you raised your hand and said you would support the nominee even if he were a convicted felon.
Well, I don't think the American people would support a convicted felon, but I will tell you, I have a lot of issues with Donald Trump. I have said that. I have no bones about speaking that. I have even more issues with Joe Biden. The key is we don't need either one of them. I think the court cases absolutely hurt Donald Trump. Right now, it may be giving him a shot in the arm, but he has said himself he's going to spend more time in a courtroom than the campaign trail. All of March, all of April, all of May, all of June. When you have that scenario, the chances of anyone winning that Republican nomination, if he is the person, are slim. They are just going to keep going down. $500 million in judgments he's got so far. He's now got to figure out where that money's going to come from. $50 million of campaign contributions from his own campaign have gone towards personal court cases. Now they're trying to get the RNC on board and trying to get me out so that they can continue to help him pay for judgments in court cases. We can't win an election that way. It is literally impossible that we will win an election if Donald Trump is the nominee. So I'm going to keep pushing through. We have a country to save, and I'm going to continue to show people that if I can beat Joe Biden by 18 points, guess what? That's a mandate to stop the wasteful spending, get our country back on track. That's a mandate to get our kids reading again. That's a mandate to secure our borders. That's a mandate for law and order in our cities. And that's a mandate for a strong America that we can all be proud of.
So many people were betting against Donald Trump, and they were saying like 100% he will lose, and people were laughing, people were making jokes about it. People were like, how can he win? Like that guy was saying like, please stand up. Like, when you know that you will win against that guy, you're always like, okay, please come and fight me, come on. And then you think that you will fight him or her, and then they make you lose. That is a big embarrassment.
Just seems like that Donald Trump has broken so many hearts, because people are like crazy, like, mark my words, do this. Even our Forrest Gump was also, that was heartbreaking, honestly, to be honest. I was expecting something else, but people were like, it's like a strongest comeback of Donald Trump. Like, we have seen the reels of kind of making the transitions and all, like, people are saying he cannot do this, and then the guy is lifting up some weight and something. Donald Trump is just like that. Like, it's just like, he was silent when people were telling those things about him, but when he just came, it just shut all the mouths.
Actually, so what do you guys think about it? Do let us know in the comment section below. So do like, share and
subscribe.
Bye.